Fables of La Fontaine. Jupiter and the Traveler. The gods our perils would make wealthy, if we our vows remembered, when once made. But dangers past, and we, all safe and healthy, forget the promises on altars laid. We only think of what we owe to men. Jove, says the atheist, is a creditor who never sends out bailiffs. If so, then, what is the thunder meant as warning for? A passenger in tempest tossed and rolled, to Jupiter 100 oxen offered. He hadn't won. Had he been only bold, 100 elephants he would have proffered. They'd cost him not a single farthing more. Suddenly, mounted onto great Jove's nose, the scent of beef bones burnt upon the shore. Accept my promised vow, the rascal crows. 'Tis ox you smell, the smoke is all for thee. Now, we are quits. Jove smiled a bitter smile, but some days after sent a dream to be recompense of that man's wicked guile. The dream informed him where a treasure lay. The man ran to it like a moth to flame. Some robbers seized him. Having not to pay, he promised them at once, if they but came, where he'd 100 talents of good gold. The place far off pleased not the wary thieves, and one man said, "My comrade, I'm told you mock us, and he dies who e'er deceives. Go and take Pluto for an offering. Your 100 talents, they will please the king." Well, there you have it. What's all this about? Well, the man is out on a ship in a storm, and he prays that if God saves him, he will sacrifice 100 oxen. Burnt offering. He'd slaughter these oxen, burn them, the smell would go up to heaven and make God happy. But first off, the man doesn't have 100 oxen. He might as well promise 100 elephants or 100 anything. He didn't have elephants, he didn't have oxen. God knows what he did have. So anyway, God, thinking about these animals creating this wonderful perfume that it was believed the gods loved so much back in the day, saves this guy. And the guy quickly forgets the promise. So, God is not too happy about this. He was really looking forward to sniffing all that smoke. So he sends a dream to the guy that there's a secret treasure buried. So he goes out to find this treasure. Gets grabbed by a bunch of thieves, your money or your life. He's like, "Oh, wait, I don't have any money on me, but let's go, I'll take you there. There's 100 talents of gold." A talent was a quantity. "Let's go, and it's all yours. Just, let me go." So one of the robbers says, "Listen, we don't believe you, and we kill liars. So you're mocking us, you're trying to escape. You can take these imaginary gold talents to Pluto," which was, god of the underworld, which means. So they kill this guy. So what is this all about? Well, keep your promises. Be very careful making promises that you can't keep. be very sparse with your promises, but if you do make promises that you can keep, make sure you keep them, because sometimes you make promises, you don't keep them, down the road you get yourself in a little trouble. Had you kept your previous promise, person that you promised and followed through on might be there to help you, might be the same person. If you keep going around making promises that you don't keep, maybe word will get around, nobody's going to believe you, and you might find yourself in trouble. So the point of this story is keep your promises. Don't make promises that you aren't able to follow through on. You probably shouldn't make a whole lot of promises anyway, but make sure you are able to keep the promise, and make sure that you follow through and actually keep your promise. If not, one of these days your flippant way of going through the world might catch up on you and might not turn out so well. Anyway, if you have anything you'd like to add, any comments, till next time, goodbye.